Welcome, everyone, to the final matchup before the knockout round. Things are starting to get a little chippy. Everyone jostling for that NBA Cup. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Franz Wagner.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. We've got James Harden, Alperen Sengun out there with Duren. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Dick in at the 3. And for the Nuggets, Franz Wagner out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Herb Jones. And it's Reeves in a 2-guard. A really important game for the NBA Cup tournament tonight. Both of these teams are still alive, Grant.
Well, B.A., despite losing in cup games, they can still advance into the knockout stages. So they both have a lot to play for. This should be a fun one.
Now here's Harden. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game. Pass to McCollum. 3-pointer. Knocks down the long J.
I love McCollum's versatility as a scorer. He moves just all over the floor and gets it done.
Outside Jones. Going inside. He's off on the layup. Outside Dick. Here's Duren. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist.
Yeah, almost impossible to stop Duren inside. Wow, just wow.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Michael Malone. He feels the X factor in this one could be C.J. McCollum. Coach said his combination of scoring and playmaking is elite, and his teammates follow his lead. We can't afford to let him go off tonight. That would make it an uphill battle. Brian?
And Allie, thank you for that. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. VanVleet against Sengun. Zubac with a screen on Sengun. The 3 is up. Duren with a rebound.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Inside. And there's Sengun on the assist by Harden.
They've come out strong, 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
The Nuggets have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. VanVleet, the pass to Zubac. Pass to Wagner. Just 5 on the clock. Zubac with a screen on Harden. And again, Denver no good.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Now Sengun to the left side wing. Sengun, the screen. Dick, the pass to Sengun. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Zubac. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
And the dunk by Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
And so it's Michael Malone here calling timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Here we have the teams that really hustled for those second chance looks the last 10 games. Fourth, the Nuggets.
Well, you love the attack mindset on the glass. They've imposed their will physically.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game. To snap the cold streak.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
And again, it's Denver missing. Here's McCollum. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Nuggets trail by 9. And he lobs it up, and it's slammed in by Zubac.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted, but maybe that basket was all they needed to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Now here's Şengün. In his last outing, 16 points for him. On target from range.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Denver. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
As they say, live by the three, die by the three. When you're too perimeter dependent, it's hard to maintain consistency game in and game out.
You would have liked to have seen them make some adjustments and attack the rim, but they just kept firing from distance and couldn't get much to fall.
Now here's Harden. No made baskets yet. Here's Şengün. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Van Vliet against Harden. Here's Wagner. It's rebounded by Golden State. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. Here's McCollum. And Reeves pulls it down. Nuggets trail by 12. Van Vliet outside. Back to Reeves. Wagner on the wing, covered by Duren. Jones from outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And going against Denver, their first meeting on the year. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It goes on Fred Van Vliet.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Now here's Zubac. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Zubac screen. The Nuggets need to get one up. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
The pick and roll is such a reliable play with Van Vliet.
Now the Warriors with it. They're on a 15-4 run. Pass to Şengün. McCollum outside. Duren with a screen on Reeves. Van Vliet against Harden. Here's Şengün. Another shot. And he takes it up and lays it in. Şengün's got 6 points.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
And timeout is called by Michael Malone. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Nuggets trail by 13. Outside Reeves. Pass to Van Vliet. Jones against Kuminga. Back to Jones. 6 to shoot. Zubac with a screen on Kuminga. Jones from outside. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Denver's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Van Vliet against Harden. Van Vliet scanning the floor. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. McCollum on the wing. Pass to Duren. Harden against Van Vliet. The shot. Here's Duren. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Harden against Van Vliet. Shoots over Harden. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Hard to defend that any better. Van Vliet is just talented at nailing contested jumpers. He's got a skill.
And it's 6'10". Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Van Vliet against Harden. Down low. Here's Zubac. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Duren. Turner, he's checked in for Denver. And Golden State also making a switch. Mike Conley's checked in for Harden. Taking a look at the Nuggets. For them, the stakes could not be higher. They're 2-1 in group play so far. A win tonight is essential.
I'm not going out on a limb here when I say this. Tonight is the biggest game of their season thus far. They need a victory to advance in the Cup. There's some major pressure on these boys tonight.
And then the situation for Golden State. This is a massive game for them in the Cup. Sitting 2-1 tonight, a must-win.
Yeah, history tells us if you get the 3 wins in the group round, you have a good chance to get to the quarterfinals. So they have a lot to play for.
Now here's Conley. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Reeves against McCollum. Şengün, a screen on Reeves. For 3, McCollum. Oh, they get a hand on it.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Here's Reeves. 14 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And he made a living at the line as well. Got there over and over and did some damage.
He buries it from 3.
At this point in time for Reeves, this is just a reflex. He knew he had it the moment he had the ball.
Outside Kuminga. Back to Conley. Pass to Şengün. Takes the 3. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Şengün's got 9.
And we know it's still early, but they're getting destroyed on the boards.
Reeves against McCollum, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul of the game. Stewart, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Terry Rozier comes in for Jones. Johnson, he's checked in for the Warriors. James Harden comes in for McCollum. Here's Rozier, up and over Conley. Rozier can't get it to go. The Warriors lead by 15. Outside Conley. Now here's Şengün. 9 points in the game. And then Harden with the jam.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Now here's Reeves. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Here's Turner, and the basket is good.
And shots like this give Turner a confidence boost, feeling like he can score on anyone down there.
Conley passes to Şengün. Outside Kuminga. Pass to Johnson. Back to Kuminga. Now Harden. The 3 is up. The rebound by Turner.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Şengün with a steal. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Jumps up, and Kuminga throws it down.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now here's Stewart. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Back to Rozier. Here's the 3. He drops it from range.
The shot-first mentality of Rozier on full display. Knows he can make this shot when it opens up.
Şengün, a screen on Rozier. For 3, Conley. The rebound by Turner. And it's Green with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 14. Pass to Stewart from deep. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game. Harden from outside. The rebound by Stewart. Denver has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Reeves against Kuminga. The shot by Reeves, no good. The Warriors lead by 14. Left side, Conley. Pass to Şengün. Over Rozier. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist by Conley. Şengün's got 11.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
And here's Green from the arc. Fires in the triple.
For Jalen Green to be an all-star level guy, he's got to knock down those threes.
Harden surveying the D. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. C.J. McCollum has been leading the charge for the Warriors. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Boy, for the Warriors, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Nuggets trail by 13. Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. James Harden out there with Mike Conley. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Kuminga. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. Buries it from 3.
Whenever it's Harden running pick and rolls, you have to stop the ball first, ladies and gentlemen, or he will get you.
Rozier outside. Off target with the 3.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Another 3 for Golden State.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Turner. Boucher outside. Rozier against Conley. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. The NBA wanted to raise the stakes during the regular season. Mission accomplished. The cup has been a hit with teams and their fans.
Yeah, team rivalries used to add drama to the regular season. Pacers, Knicks, Bulls, Pistons, Lakers, Celtics. But this tournament has added a whole new dynamic to get excited about.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Koulibaly's checked in. And Golden State also making a switch. Dick's checked in. Johnson passes to Dick. 6 on the shot clock. Vanderbilt, a screen on Green. 4-3. And it's Koulibaly with a rebound. Nuggets trail by 17. Pass to Rozier. Shoots over Harden. And again, it's Denver missing. Golden State has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Now Vanderbilt. Knocked away. Stolen by Rozier. To the inside. Koulibaly with it. Kuminga's on him. And it's Koulibaly missing.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, BA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and the absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Johnson passes to Harden. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Great look there, but off target.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And here's Green from the arc. Kuminga pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 17. Harden with it. He's got 5. Outside Johnson. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Vanderbilt against Turner. Pass to Green. Here's Coulibaly. Drains the triple. Coulibaly's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Vanderbilt, still without a bucket. And now with a break, here are the best passing teams in the NBA so far. Number 5, the Warriors.
The assist numbers they're posting as a squad is a real testament to how willing they are to rely on each other. There's a lot of trust amongst these guys.
And he knocks down the first one. A different look for Denver. Zubac comes in for Coulibaly, and Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Rozier. Alperen Şengün's checked in for the Warriors. And that's good as he hits both shots. And Richard, with the new CBA in place, the middle class is starting to strengthen in the league.
And I think that's a good thing. You don't want minimum players and max players. There is a big gap between those two styles of play. There are so many players that fit in between. There's all-stars. There's young players that deserve a larger portion of the money.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Richard, the former 2nd overall pick in 2021, we all see the potential for Jalen Green.
When you see the physical ability combined with his shooting range, he's got a chance to be one of the top scorers in this league.
The first free throw is good.
Very good from here. Green over 80% from the line.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Warriors. And both free throws good for Green.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Pass to Şengün. Back to Harden. Şengün, a screen on VanVleet. Harden from outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And just unable to get anything going tonight. I mean, his teammates have really bailed him out.
Wagner with it. Back to VanVleet. Over Harden. That's good from VanVleet. And the assist by Wagner.
Ready to play rough inside. VanVleet navigates the contact.
Outside Dick. Back to Harden. Pass to Şengün. Shoots over Zubac. And Şengün gets it to go. Şengün's got 13.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Offensive rebound. And then Turner with the dunk.
Too easy for Turner. The defense has to put up more of a fight around the rim.
Harden, the pass to Kuminga. Back to Harden. Outside Dick, puts up a 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Now here's VanVleet. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Pass to Green, beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Kuminga, and Kuminga throws it down.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Wagner outside. Here's VanVleet. Zubac, screen. Unloads from 13. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
And after struggling out the gate, he's looked more confident. And it's why his teammates have continued to feed him.
Harden, the pass to Johnson. Another 3 for Golden State.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Van Vliet against Harden. Wagner outside. Pass to Zubats. Van Vliet outside. Got a piece of it. 3 on 3. Harden with it. Van Vliet covering. Harden misses. Nuggets trail by 21. Van Vliet, the pass to Green. It's deflected. And here's Johnson. 9 points in the game. Now Harden. Back to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. Yes. And a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Van Vliet. 6 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turner, a screen on Harden. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Hits the trifecta. Van Vliet's got 7 points here in the quarter.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. A different look for Denver. Jones, he's checked in for Wagner, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Green. The Warriors also with a sub. McCollum's checked in. Here's Dick. 10 points in his last outing. Outside Kuminga. There's a screen. Rebounded by Denver. Turner's got 5 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet against Harden. Turner, a screen on Harden. Here's Van Vliet. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. On Thursday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Houston Rockets. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
Here's Şengün. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Zubats. Now here's Van Vliet. 9 points in the game. Outside Reeves. Launches it. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Here's Dick. Off the mark there with a 3. Nuggets trail by 21. Reeves finds Van Vliet. To the middle. Here's Turner. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got his 5th assist in this one. Harden against Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Van Vliet. 3-pointer, Harden. Kept alive. Şengün. And it's rejected. Van Vliet outside. Can't cash it in from close range.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Outside Kuminga. 1:52 left in the first half of this one. Shot clock at 5. And it's McCollum. That time on the assist by Kuminga. McCollum's got 14.
Yeah, McCollum excels at everything on the court. And, man, he is putting on a show.
Outside Reeves. Pass to Jones. Back to Reeves. From downtown, gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Their offense gets that much better when the D has to pay attention to Reeves outside the arc.
McCollum outside. Kuminga with a screen on Reeves. To the paint. Outside Dick. Over Jones. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Reeves. Down low. Outside Jones. Launches a 3. And again, Denver with a 3.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Now McCollum. Kuminga with a screen on Reeves. For 3, McCollum. No good. He's 5 for 9 in this one.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Harden against Van Vliet. Turner, a screen on Harden. Here's Van Vliet. No good. And so it's the Golden State Warriors up 15 points as this quarter concludes. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm with Coach Mike Malone. Coach, how concerned are you by the lack of urgency and execution in the first half?
Yeah, very concerning. You know, our starters weren't ready to play. They jumped us, tried to go to our bench, get them in the game. They took us out of our offense, so we didn't really have any flow on either end of the floor.
You have to get back to being you in that second half. Thanks, Coach Malone.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Golden State Warriors.
They're giving a master class in ball movement right now, running the offense, finding the open man, and it leads to a bunch of high percentage looks.
Yeah, great chemistry at that end. Now let's go ahead and recognize the Player of the Month award recipients. For the Western Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis, certainly deserves all the accolades. When you look at everything he's about, he remains one of the most unique players in NBA history.
If you could build an NBA player from scratch, he just may be the prototype. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Well, CJ McCollum has been really making an impact here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Van Vliet with it. We've got Herb Jones. Fred Van Vliet out there with Austin Reeves. Then there's Ivica Zubac. And it's Wagner in at the power forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Michael Malone. Van Vliet finds Wagner. It's rebounded by Golden State. Şengün's got rebound number 11. Pulls up at the elbow. Jump shot is good that time. McCollum's got 16 points.
Ready to cash in. I like when McCollum looks to mix it up like this.
Since being drafted in 2021, Alperen Şengün has really grown his game, Richard.
Particularly his assist numbers. That's what impresses me. You can run the offense through the 6'11" Şengün. It's so impressive.
And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game, and that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. Dick, the pass to Harden. And that one's good. Harden's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Figuring out ways to score. That is James Harden's specialty. The beard can hurt you inside and out.
And he's going for the lob, and it's slammed in by Zubac.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Harden against Van Vliet. McCollum outside. Duren with a screen on Reeves. For 3, McCollum. And the 3-pointer goes. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Van Vliet, the pass to Jones. Pass to Wagner from the arc. Drills it from deep. Wagner's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, merciless answer by Wagner, hitting right back at him.
And stolen by Reeves. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
BA, Fred Van Vliet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you got to work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it and some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say. Sure. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Size, explosion. He's a dangerous finisher, and we saw it right there.
This will be his 2nd trip to the free throw line in this one. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And timeout is called by Michael Malone. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. One of the stories here, C.J. McCollum. He's getting it done today.
Okay, I'm going to take you guys inside the huddle, all right? The message from coach is simple. Stop him.
Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at Golden State. They're in a solid spot right now, 5th place. And, of course, the Nuggets behind 4.5 games.
You know, for Denver, when you look at their roster, they're talented enough to turn this thing around. But so far, the season has not come together for them the way people predicted.
Yeah, I'm not sure this can be written off just as a slow start. I think this might be the team that they are.
And it's a blessing to have a big wing with the mobility of Wagner.
McCollum outside. To the wing, right side. Here's Duren. Shots blocked. And he's able to get it back. Duren with a screen on Reeves. 4 on the clock. They grab their own miss. Pass to Dick. Back to McCollum. To the middle. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Harden against Van Vliet. Zubac with a screen on Harden. 3-pointer, Van Vliet. They get it back. Zubac passes to Jones. Wagner for 3. Duren with a rebound.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Here's McCollum. And Reeves pulls it down. Reeves has got 4 rebounds now. Van Vliet outside. McCollum with a steal. And the Warriors pushing it up now. And he lays it in on the break. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Warriors.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Denver shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. Jones hits them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
McCollum against Reeves. Şengün, a screen on Reeves. There's McCollum with the three. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Harden against Van Vliet. Zubac with a screen on Harden. To the inside. Duren with a steal. Harden against Van Vliet. And count that! 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Turner's checked in.
The southpaw, hard, lucky lefty. He's a tremendous offensive player who can pretty much get triple-doubles in bunches.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 9. Turner, a screen on Harden. Here's Van Vliet. Warriors with the rebound.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it. Ooh, he's on a bit of a heater now. He hasn't missed one this quarter yet.
Nuggets trail by 21. And here's Wagner. He's got 5. Van Vliet outside. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's Denver missing.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Here's Dick. Not enough on that one as it misses. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Wagner outside. Inside. Turner. Second chance effort. No luck on that one. Good D by Şengün. There's McCollum with the 3. Rebounded by Denver. Wagner's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Van Vliet against Harden. There's a screen by Turner. Wagner outside. Out left to the wing. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Zubac. Now here's Van Vliet. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Wagner. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Duren's got 11 rebounds in the game. And here's Şengün over Van Vliet. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Michael Malone here calling timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Kuminga, he's checked in for Dick. Denver has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the 3rd. The shots just aren't falling. Turner, a screen on Kuminga to the middle. A shot to stop the run. And then Turner with the dunk.
The agility of Turner is huge in these pick and rolls. He's hard to prevent from scoring in these situations.
And the dunk by Duren. And he's now got the double-double.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Van Vliet against Harden. Turner, a screen on Harden. To the paint. And then Turner with the dunk.
When you watch Van Vliet, he's in total control of the offense.
The Warriors lead by 21. Now Harden. 14 points for him. Pass to Duren. Back to Harden. Outside Kuminga. 4 on the clock. For 3, McCollum. Rebound by Van Vliet. So it's Denver now. You know, it's hard to understate the value Van Vliet brings to this team, Richard.
When you look back at Toronto's championship in 2019, he made some huge plays. When the moment got big, he came through and came out on top.
Now here's Wagner. He's got 5. Over Kuminga. And it's Wagner missing. The Warriors shooting nearly 60% from the floor in the third. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Coulibaly, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jalen Green comes in for Wagner. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Yeah, now a veteran in the league, McCollum's combo guard style of play is valuable to this team.
Back to Reeves. Fade away. It's rebounded by Golden State. McCollum outside. Three-pointer, Harden. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got 6 assists now in the game. Outside Coulibaly. Down low. Here's Reeves. Van Vliet outside. There's a screen by Turner. Goes up from the top of the key. Van Vliet misses.
And with his team trying to trim this margin, his struggles this quarter, they're not helping things.
Got it. McCollum's got 25 points in the game.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Well, guys, if you want to know why the score is what it is, look at their turnovers this quarter.
Terry Rozier, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Vanderbilt's checked in for the Warriors. Johnson comes in for Şengün. Here's Harden. 17 points in the game. There's McCollum with the 3. Nails it from 3. 28 points for him.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Rozier, the pass to Reeves. Now here's Coulibaly. Back to Reeves. Can they get it? And James Harden pulls it down.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down. And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
They set the pick. Back to Coulibaly. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Yeah, this is encouraging to see. Rozier actively looking to get the rock to his guys.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Johnson. Outside Kuminga. To the inside, McCollum. And a nice finish on the layup. McCollum's got 16 in the second half.
This guy has been wreaking havoc out there the last couple games.
He's been relentless, and he's been doing it in a variety of ways. But right there, it's all about the hustle on the offensive glass.
Harden misses. And for Denver, they're shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Outside Coulibaly. From outside the arc. Drops in the 3. Coulibaly's got 8.
What vision from Rozier there. Seeing his teammate was wide open and making the right pass.
McCollum against Green. McCollum looks around. Pass to Harden. Let's go with a 3. The shot, no good. C.J. McCollum has been leading the charge for Golden State. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Defense has been fantastic. Great defense. Offense, simple passes will get it done, right? You guys look great, though. Keep the pressure on.
Paying his guys the respect they deserve. Coach Kerr, he likes what he sees.
It's important to praise your guys when they're playing well. Coach understands how crucial it is to recognize effort.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. We've got Cameron Johnson, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Kuminga. Then there's Mike Conley, and it's Diabate in at the 5.
And Wagner is money from there.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Warriors. Kuminga with a screen on Green. Conley against Green. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Conley. Vanderbilt, a screen on Green. Golden State needs to get off a shot and book it for Vanderbilt.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Now here's Stewart. Here's Coulibaly. He's watched by Kuminga. There's a screen by Turner. Here's Wagner down low. Turner finds Green. On the wing, Green. Three-pointer, Stewart. They get it again. Nice shot by Turner.
Playing with real urgency. Turner keeps the play alive. That work ethic from him is just fantastic.
Yo, check Conley.
Green against Conley. Outside Johnson. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Now here's Green. To the paint. Here's Wagner. Count it. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Wagner is a very efficient scorer in the painted area.
Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Kuminga. And it's Miles Turner with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
Rozier, he's checked in for Stewart. Inside. Oh, and Turner with a block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Van Vliet's checked in for the Nuggets. The Warriors also with a sub. Harris has checked in for Moody. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. And it's in there.
This is how lethal a scorer Johnson can be. Keep feeding that beast.
Wagner outside. There's a screen by Turner. Coulibaly on the wing. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Oh, he drains the three, and he'll go to the line for one more. It goes on Mike Conley. You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. No wonder nothing seems to faze him.
And the Warriors making a change here. Boston's checked in. That free throw good from Van Vliet.
Oh, he is a coach's dream. That's why they love Van Vliet. The intangibles are off the chart, and the execution is consistent.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Johnson. Back to Conley. Throws it up high. Outside Coulibaly.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
And the Warriors making a switch here. McDaniels checked in.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Johnson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Green.
This is the challenge that Johnson poses. He's someone that understands how to draw contact.
And Denver making a change here. Boucher's checked in. Diabate's checked in for the Warriors. You know, when you look around the league at the young players, Kuminga is one of the stars.
It's hard to ignore the work that he's done in his young career. Already a part of a championship team. There is no doubt he's blossoming into a star in this league. We got to keep an eye out for him.
Wagner for three. Vanderbilt pulls it in. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Kuminga, the pass to Vanderbilt. Outside Conley. The three. Rebounded by Denver.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
So far, proving he can score in this league. Green drawing more attention from the defense.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Here's Conley. All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Now here's Conley. Clock at 4. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
And that bump not throwing Turner off. Great concentration by the big man.
The Warriors lead by 23. Now here's Conley. Conley, a screen on Green. Back to Conley. Stolen by Van Vliet. Back come the Nuggets on the run. And it's hammered home by Green.
Van Vliet's been taking it to them tonight. This man's on a mission.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Golden State has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter.
Switch.
Here's Diabate. Outside Kuminga. Back to Johnson. To the middle. Here's Conley. Rebound by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 4 rebounds now. Turner, a screen on Conley. Here's Van Vliet. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
I mean, a smart shooter. I like watching Van Vliet measure the defense and stick them with the J.
Conley passes to Johnson. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Outside, Green. No good from outside. And it's Conley with the ball for the Warriors. They have a 19-point lead. Inside. Pass to Kuminga. To end the cold spell. Good as the jump shot falls.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, BA, through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Ivica Zubac's checked in from Denver. Jones comes in for Boucher.
The floor general Conley, dependable at finding his guys in screen and roll sets.
The Nuggets have gotten 7 of their first 10 shots to go during this fourth quarter. Green, the pass to Van Vliet.
I got your help.
And he lobs it up top. Outside for Green. Gets a very good look and converts.
You can tell Green likes to move quickly. He gets that ball and he's taking the shot in just a few seconds.
The Warriors lead by 20. Conley with the ball. Pass to Johnson. Back to Conley. The three. Hits a three-pointer. Conley's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Well, Conley can be a volume scorer from the arc. The defense can't let him just have those opportunities.
Zubats with a screen on Conley. Van Vliet, the pass to Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Pass to Kuminga. Now here's Johnson. There's the triple. Rebound by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 rebounds in the game. Green with the ball. Back to Van Vliet. Lays it up and banks it in. Van Vliet's got 8 points in the quarter.
A guy who shows up for his team night after night. Van Vliet, this man gets it done.
And here's Conley. Outside Johnson. Fires the three. And he can't get that one.
Another missed three, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Jones finds Van Vliet. Deflected. Outside Moody. Outside Kuminga. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And so it's Michael Malone here calling timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
This has been one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen. What's incredible is he has no off switch, just a tremendous motor, and he's making an impact on every single possession. And look at him. You think it's just another game. He is totally in control of his emotions.
This crowd had no idea what they were in for. He came in and silenced them with a dominant performance. He was an intimidating presence tonight. This audience didn't seem to affect him in the slightest. Now here's Van Vliet. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, BA. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Dick with it, defended by Jones. Up top, Şengün. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year, Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11 post guy. He is so skilled.
Looking at the start of Şengün's career, here's a guy who's really stepped up his game, has become a key player for them.
And the second free throw is good. We've got 1:55 left to play in the fourth. Van Vliet against Harden. Van Vliet, the pass to Jones. Wagner outside. Zubats with a screen on Harden. Van Vliet misses. The Warriors lead by 18.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Warriors.
They paid the price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did. And at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
This will mark their 13th win of the year. Not a bad number.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for C.J. McCollum.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. really made himself the backbone of their offense.
And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, BA, and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
And it's a completely new group here for the Nuggets. And Rozier, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
The Warriors lead by 17. Outside Conley. Johnson finds Şengün. It's not going to go for him. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. From 13. Rozier can't get it to go. And the Warriors shooting 44% here in the fourth quarter. Conley passes to Şengün. Over Stewart. And the Warriors miss again. So it's Denver now, trailing by 17. Shoots from the baseline. And it's Green missing. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Şengün. Outside Kuminga. Clock at 6. Back to Conley. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Green. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. And for the NBA Cup tournament, they finished group play with a 3-1 record.
Yeah, they put some extra effort into these NBA Cup games, if you ask me. Now, proving they came to play this year.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
James, this team seems to be clicking. What's been the key lately?
We're just more aggressive. Guys are getting it, and we're playing much harder. It's a good win for us. Continue to build and continue to keep our swag up. Great team effort for us.
It's up to you to keep them aggressive. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, CJ McCollum.